Hello and welcome to another Spacehax review. Today we're going to be reviewing an awesome game, which is a huge departure from our usual reviewing of absolutely shit games. Today we're going to review Cargo, The Quest for Gravity by Iceman Lodge. You play as the engineer you see here, whose blimp crashed to the island after it was taken down by fireworks that were set off by naked midget dudes that inhabit the island. It seems that you and another dude appear to be the only two humans around. He appears later in the game. And the world's gravity has gone completely wonky. Why this doesn't exactly affect you or the buddies, which are what the midgets are called in the game, is kind of unclear, but the midgets don't seem to be affected by the lack of gravity, just like in real life, and I'm not entirely sure what your deal is with the lack of gravity. You can safely jump down from high places without plummeting to your death, but besides that, you mostly are cool with just being on the ground. You don't really float away. What works as the sort of money in the game is fun, and you collect more and more fun by basically kicking the shit out of the midgets in new and inventive ways. Don't feel bad though, because they love to have their asses kicked. They love it so much that they explode into confetti and flower pots, and no, I'm not kidding about that. You can either run around kicking their asses and sending them flying, which is the easiest way to get points, just like there. Or you can go and do more complicated things to get more points, which is by making a wide array of different vehicles that you attach rings to lure the buddies in. Once you've made a vehicle that actually manages to move the way you want it to, the buddies will latch onto the rings and then hold on to each other as you drive around to the various places you need to go, and they trail behind your vehicle, ridiculously overcome with joy, even as they sometimes get so excited that they explode from it. You have a buddy count on the top screen. It's on the right, you can see right there. And if you start to get too low, you can pick up extra little buddies that explode out of the volcano on the island. Once again, just like in real life. You can either pick up blueprints from around the island to insta-create your vehicles, like submarines, boats, planes, cars, etc. Or you can just throw a bunch of pieces together and hope for the best. Most of the time, your homemade vehicles are going to come out a little bit wonky, but it's worth it to see the little dudes latch on for a free ride. The main point of the game is to restore gravity to Earth, and you can help do so by buying buildings and landmarks that floated into the stratosphere and send them crashing back to Earth. Depending on which item you choose, different parts of the game will be unlocked, or you'll get extra buddies out of it. The island is ruled by some weird-looking gods that are essentially just floating wooden heads with sort of gears stuck to them. They don't like you, and they'd very much like to see you fail. Along the way, you're also helped by another floating head dude who seems more on your side. Or at least he's not on the side of the wooden floating head gods. The main things you're going to want to do in the game is essentially build vehicles to get you to different points or finish different objectives, which slowly just brings you closer to the main point, which is restoring gravity to Earth. The game is pretty awesome. The soundtrack is great. I actually suggest hunting down the soundtrack and getting that as well. You can buy the game on Steam. I think it's $9.99 at the moment. Anyway, there's not really any reason not to get this game. It seems any chances of a good game being released anytime in the near future is pretty close to impossible. And if you don't want to believe me on that, just consider the singing and dancing to actual game footage ratio of the last E3. Why not just have a party with a bunch of naked dancing midgets? They invite you to kick the shit out of them, and the supply is generously restored just by visiting a volcano. Once again, just like in real life. You'll enjoy this game, people. You should get it. It's not that long, but it could be as long as you want it to, I guess, because dropping pianos on midgets apparently never gets old. I could watch this video for hours. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by and watching some naked midgets get their asses kicked. See you next time, folks.